Nakumbuka ulivyosema ati tena wanipenda, nikiwaza pia ulivyonitenda hapo mapema kunitenda.
I've been wanting to ask you, Njerae, is that your official name?
Oh, I missed a part.
You missed a part. Okay, take us back.
So when I was in high school, it was also the time Sauti Soul was coming up, and there was like Fee coming up at the same time. And I was like, okay, these people are doing stuff. So I used to stalk these people. I used to stalk these artists via, and that's how I came to learn about Sauti Academy. This is also where I learned how to like make my guitar my friend.
You're the musicians who are walking around with their guitars.
Yeah. So every single Friday after school, Mimi Huyo with my guitar, still walking around with this heavy guitar. Oh my gosh. We would go to KNT and just sit there and wait for, an opportunity for me to just stand and sing. I actually remember I was supposed to perform at KCAT, and then COVID happened, and I was so hurt because that was like supposed to be the biggest thing for me ever. Oh my gosh. I don't know how, but along the way, a call from Universal comes.
Saini, season Njerae.
Yeah, I took on Njerae Supremacy.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Hedgehog Unplugged podcast. Today, we have the amazing singing star, Njerae.
Hi
Karibu sana.
guys. Asante.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
When you guys have just walked in, I've seen how you guys are tired.
Yeah. We've had a month and a half.
And this is just the beginning of the year.
This is the beginning. We've had a year and a half, and it's just the beginning of the year. But yeah, tumekuwa tu tukichapa kazi here and there. So yeah.
How is it?
It's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun. I think everything that I dreamed about, is coming to like happen. So I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to when this dream started. When did you know you want to do music, and how did that? How was the introduction to music?
Okay, so I think my journey with music is a bit weird because it has kind of like two parts to it.
We are here for it.
I started singing when I was like 3 years old. But I was doing Kenyan Music Festival. So I was learning like sheet music, like notation and like, up to this day I think about how I learned how to harmonize, and I don't know, but that's kind of like the things that I did when I was very young. So it's kind of imprinted.
So this means you came from a musical family?
Yes. Yes.
How many are you?
In my family?
Kids? Yeah.
We're just 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
A brother or a sister?
A sister. Yeah.
She sings as well?
Yes, we were doing music together.
Nice.
And I was kind of taking the back seat, and she was like more in like the limelight of it all. So I did that all the way up to until I joined high school. All this time I didn't know about songwriting. I didn't know about music for entertainment.
Where do you go to high school?
I went to Hedgehog Academy in Mombasa.
You've grown up in Mombasa?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so because I was just taking part in music festival, and for me music, all I knew was just
Also, a question in this season, what are you listening to? What is influencing what are you enjoying to listen to?
At this point, I'm also very active at church. So I'm listening to a lot of like Tasha Cobbs and Hillsong and whatnot. So again, I don't know about songwriting in that like kind of aspect where I'm at right now. So I took a break from music and whatnot when I joined high school.
Wait. When do you start playing guitar?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took a break from that when I joined high school, because high school can be very demanding and whatnot.
Okay. Are you doing music in high school?
Yes, but then now, because I'm not doing 844, I'm in a high school that like still has the capacity for me to do music.
Nice.
So that's where I kind of now started learning music on the side with like the small, like expression type things. That's why I started learning how to play guitar and songwriting.
Yeah.
Because I'm also very introverted at this point. So I don't really like talk to
people. Have you always been introverted?
All my life. Yeah.
Okay.
So even like the way I sort of learned music was not really like in classes and whatnot. It was more so after school I would kind of like ask for permission to, be in one of the rooms like this where there's like instruments and whatnot, and I'm just on YouTube trying to learn how to like do my small things. So that's kind of where I think I started to fall in love with music in a kind of different aspect, because before it was, I won't lie, low-key boring because you do the same thing and it's like you have to imitate the exact same thing that someone is doing.
Okay.
There's no emotion.
This is
really
the classical style of playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't feel like there was any emotion really involved in it, and my music right now is very emotional. So I didn't. There was a lot of. There was
we
a
will get there.
disconnect.
We will get into the emotions.
Yeah. So at this point though, I also didn't know of any spaces where music in this aspect could be like practice, because of course there's like schools, but when you go to schools they only teach you like this like serious things, so and I'm in Mombasa. There's honestly nothing in Mombasa happening of that aspect.
How comes you don't have a coast accent?
I don't know, it comes when I'm singing, you'll hear it. It's usually there.
Okay.
Yeah. So at this point I think is when I started to learn about Sauti Academy, because it was also the time Sauti Soul was coming up and there was like Fee coming up at the same time, and I was like, okay, these people are doing stuff. So I used to stalk these people. I used to stalk these artists via and that's how I came to learn about Sauti Academy. So when I was finishing high school, I knew I really don't care about university. I just know I want to go to Sauti Academy. Like,
nice.
I don't care about anything else. So yeah, I finished high school. I joined Sauti Academy, but at the same time I also joined
Which year is
university. This is in 2015. Yeah, I joined Sauti Academy in 2015, late 2015.
Yeah, but you've said you also joined university
in 2016 now. I joined Sauti like a year, like
before.
a term earlier than So I did Sauti Academy, and that's kind of where like I understood what it is that I'm doing, because people say, oh, I want to be a musician, but you never really understand the ins and outs of what it takes to be an artist, especially in this country.
Nice.
It's one thing to just know how to sing, and it's another to know how to handle yourself, how to get gigs, how to all of these things. So Sauti Academy is kind of where I learned how to do all of those things. And then at the same time, I'm an independent artist who's trying to manage herself or without whatever small resources that I have. So, I'm doing everything I can, writing all my EPKs, like literally everything. I was just doing it by myself,
This is before Sauti Academy, or this is
during Sauti Academy.
Okay.
Yeah. This is also where I learned how to like make my guitar my friend in a way.
Nice. Always walking around. You're the musicians who are walking around with their guitars.
Yeah, because I was like with this Nairobi, like any opportunity can come and go, like just like
nice,
this.
Nice.
So if I am to introduce myself as a musician or an artist, then what am I going to just stand there and sing a cappella like every other Tom, Dick and Harry, So I needed to find that thing that set me apart. So that's where I kind of like molded how to play the guitar to suit me, I think is what I can say. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, play for me, but
your guitar playing is self-taught?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Out of stress of dealing with instrumentalists. Yeah.
You can just go for a gig and play alone.
Yes.
No funge.
Na nimalize na nikwest tu sawa. Na ndene nyumbani nikule peke yangu.
Pesa yote peke yako.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that. Sauti Academy is also where I met a lot of, I don't want to say people who are influential in my life, but just a lot of artists, a lot of stakeholders, in the industry, who today we have relationships because of what we cultured that time, cultivated that time. So after Sauti Academy,
was this the period? Because we booked you for Hedgehog Unplugged when we were doing it.
This was after? I think it was after.
This is way after.
This is way
17,
yes,
18.
Yes. Yeah. I was in Sauti at the time for Kinawatenda. We were in the same class with one of the members.
But that time was Kaskazini.
Yeah, with Kina Emma Cheruto, Suzia, and just a lot of people.
Nice.
So you can imagine there was that I don't know, scramble to find yourself in
Yeah.
that kind of
I
situation.
remember that season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after Sauti Academy, for me it was just I was trying to take time to sort of put a stamp on like Njerae. I don't know if that
Put-
makes sense. Yeah, because in Sauti is where you're trying to figure yourself out. You know, you're doing so many different things. Matter you're a BGV or CG what, you're performing. I don't know. You know, you're here, there, and everywhere.
Actually, I've been wanting to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
Njerae, how you write that name and how is that
Oh.
is that your official name?
Oh, I missed a part.
You missed a part. Okay, take us back.
So when I was in high school,
Uh-huh.
my teachers didn't know how to say my name. They used to call me Njerae instead of Njeri. My name is Njeri. They used to call me Njerae because
dear.
of the I. Yeah, Nanjeri, Njera, like just very weird variations of my name, and it
Uh-huh.
used to piss me off. But then it was also the time Instagram was starting to come, you know, and you can imagine how many Njeris there are in this Kenya. So yeah, I used the name Njerae and it kind of just stuck. And yeah, it made it easier because when now you join Sauti Academy, you have to like identify who you are and like stick to it, you know. So it made that whole thing easier.
Nice. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, taking something that you didn't like and
Yeah,
now
and making it
embracing
work.
it, and it sounds
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Where was I? So
Sauti Academy, you finished.
yeah, I finished Sauti Academy
You
and I
found
started.
your identity in Njerae. Who
Yes,
exactly
I
Njerae is?
discovered what Njerae does, who
Uh-huh.
Njerae is, and why she does what she does, and where she wants to go.
Uh-huh.
At that point, I knew I wanted people to know that I can sing about things that are relatable, because I was also being seen a lot as like someone's BGV or in like a group of people, you know, and I wanted to stand out as
Alone.
an individual.
Yeah.
So I was, oh my gosh, performing here, there,
Yeah.
and everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember like every single Friday. At the same time, I'm in university at UON. So every single Friday after school, Mimi Huyo with my guitar, still walking around with this heavy guitar. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Would go to KNT and just sit there and wait for, you know, an opportunity for me to just stand and sing. Yeah, so
And did it
I
come?
did all the time. I used to sing there like
Awesome.
every single week. I even wonder how people never got tired of me.
Nice.
Yeah. So of course now from there, that's where you get like now those two small gigs. Slowly, someone sees you, they pick you up from there, and you're going to, you know, different places. Yeah, and then I started gigging, but then now it got to a point of asking myself, okay, I'm gigging, and then like people are only going to see me singing on stage. Like I don't have music. I don't, you know, like I'm just there, you know.
Yeah.
So now I got into studio. Okay, no. Now I started looking for a
Studios.
producer who I can
Yeah.
work with. Yeah. And because I knew Mutoria from Sauti Academy. Mutoria was actually my first producer, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Mutoria. He should come here. We should interview him.
Yes. Yeah. I recorded Pressure and Lather with him.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also the time he was working for Soul Generation. For Sauti Soul. Yeah, so you can imagine even him, he was, you know, juggling 57,000 things. So we only managed to do those two songs, and then, you know, the others never made it out. Yeah, so then after that, scramble again to look for another producer here, there, and everywhere. I think at the same time I'm still gigging and whatnot. Then I came across this program called Perform Music Incubator. I don't know if this is before or after. Sorry, I've skipped a part. So when I was in Sauti Academy, I built a relationship with Mordecai and generally had the band because they were also part of my teachers and whatnot, and yeah, we just bonded a lot. So after this whole Sauti Academy thing, I would do these things where like I I intentionally myself, I'm intentionally shadowing you, but maybe it's not intentional to you. So I was just hanging around a lot of people just to figure out, I'm the kind of person who won't really come and ask you, yo, how do you do this thing? But like, I will figure out how to get that.
And this time you're still in school.
I'm still in uni.
What are you studying in school?
Psychology.
Ah.
Yeah, I did double major psychology and performing arts. Yeah.
Nice. Psychology is a nice course to do, especially as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Are you planning to use it, or do you use it in your...
Well, the idea was to kind of do that so that I can venture into music therapy.
Nice.
But then again, there's nothing in this country that kind of gives you that information for music therapy. So I did psychology hoping that at some point, plus performing arts, hoping that at some point there'd be an option to like gel the two and like kind of learn something, but that was not the case.
I think if I'm not wrong, Njokikaru's degree in Berkeley is in music therapy.
Yes. So I kind of took a step back from it because it just became hard, I guess. And I was like, okay, I finished psychology. I mean the music therapy thing, because I was like, okay, now I have this knowledge from psychology and I am doing the music. So in a way, it kind of ingianas, but ideally the goal is to have like a space or a center where music therapy can like be practiced. Hopefully in the future that will happen.
Nice.
So hanging around had the band a lot, and then this is the time that I met with Kobe, passing to here and there. Then one time we happened to be in the studio and I think he had me sing, or he had a song somewhere, and I was like, okay, let's do one song. Now this is after COVID. During COVID, because there was nothing to do.
Wait, you have skipped.
I haven't skipped.
So
listen,
much.
2016 is when I finished Sauti Academy. Okay, so I've been like performing and whatnot all the way, and I'm in school 2020. Yes, so I'm performing all the way to time of COVID.
This time
Pressure has come out. Ladder has come out. Yes. Yeah.
And that's when you're getting gigs.
Small here and there. Yeah.
That's when we did Hedgehog Unplugged.
Yes. That's the time. I actually remember I was supposed to perform at KCAT, and then COVID happened, and I was so hurt because that was like supposed to be the biggest thing for me ever. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Crazy.
And it's so, how the
so
person who's doing KCAT
is standing right here. Imagine. Exactly. So so now COVID has started. So now I can't perform anymore, right? So that's when now I'm like hanging around with artists here and there, trying to meet people, whatnot, figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do.
I've seen you forgetting things in your story.
And then I'm remembering.
When do you start producing?
I'm getting there. That's what I was getting to. So, because now there's no performances and there's nothing to do, I was like, okay, I want to keep creating, but I'm so tired of creating with just my guitar because I feel like they're all kind of starting to sound the same because I'm only able to play so much, So that's when I started getting into production, time of COVID. So I even had this habit of like creating literally every single day. Like I would work on something new every single day. So you can imagine there's like a whole bunch of unfinished, ideas.
You'll still use them.
So during this time, I also started this thing called The Rave, which was like a YouTube series that allowed me to kind of have a channel to, perform those songs. Not anymore.
Why?
So I'm getting there.
How is it?
So I was doing The Rave, and we started out with just myself, and I would just perform these songs and talk about them, and then kidogo evolved to doing plus artists, and we'd have like feature artists here and there. And that's somehow some of the songs that you hear today were created, now we have The Rave, and I have these songs that I have produced that are performable, that they're not mixed and mastered. They're not, amazing, but also, I use them to perform. I was also here. Yes. Is that what you were about to say?
No. When have you gotten management, and how is that looking like?
Okay. Yeah. So, I skipped a song.
You see?
I skipped a song. Before we get to Unintentional, I released an IFR. And an IFR, I recorded an IFR with Trevor Magak. And this was as a result of hanging around Bensol, and like that's how I got to meet Trevor and got to working with him on this song. And when I released an IFR, I wanted to be a bit more active than with the other songs. I didn't know what I needed to do, but I knew I needed to do something. So honestly, if you ask me how, I don't know how, but I was looking for someone to help me reach like media and whatnot, to do like a small media tour. I don't know how I came across this human being, but I came across not an artist. I think he wanted to book me for Capital FM. Yeah. So he booked me for that, and then just like a sweet guy, he was just like, like if you need anything else, feel free to ask. And I was like, okay, I don't really know anything about social media, so maybe you can help me manage my social media. And kidogo it moved from social media to there's someone who wants to book you, talk to them, how much would, like, slowly by slowly, and it kind of just grew into management.
Which year is this?
This is in 2019. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
2020, yeah.
Okay.
2019 and 20. Yeah. So now I was here with I want to say for management, because it wasn't really stamped and approved, and even him, he didn't really know what he was doing. I was the first artist that he is managing. So COVID happens, and like there's this blackout, so I start producing and whatnot. But then again, I'm also aware it's not up to him to bring me opportunities. I also have to like put myself out there for people to want to give me.
Like it's better when you're working together.
Yeah. So that's why I was here, there, and everywhere. hanging around people, just trying to figure out how are you always on a stage somewhere. How is it that you're not doing any other side gig, but you have money? I also want that. Yeah. So katika hiyo harakati, I met Kobe. And Kobe was also just like, okay, let's do one song. But I couldn't decide. This is after an IFR. I couldn't decide what song to do. So, but I had this folder of songs that I had been producing and recording and performing here and there with the rave and whatnot. So I sent him this folder. And he was like, okay, since you sent me a folder, let's do an album. And that's how Unintentional became what it is today. So,
nice
yeah. I did an intentional, and it was purely just for the sake of these songs that I've been singing and performing. People know them, but when they go home, they can't like sing them again, all the way up until I perform again. So I wanted to give my fans something to stay with at home. So that was unintentional. I didn't even plan to have any active video or any. I just wanted songs out. I didn't care how the process or nothing. I just wanted songs out. So Unintentional came out. And we tried to do like a small, media tour, launch, all those things for it. Small. Yeah. Then this is in 2022.
Yeah.
So now Unintentional is out. I have now a bunch of performances. Now people have realized that Njerae can perform on her own. So I'm getting a whole bunch of gigs here and there. That's most of 2023. 2024 came, and now I want to get more band performances. So that's what I'm pushing for. So on most stages you'll see Njerae with a band. And because I'm kidogo a perfectionist, and like I said, I can't sit there and expect my management to sort out everything, So I'll always like put my best foot forward and whatnot. I don't know how, but along the way, a call from Universal comes.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's that?
It's fun. It's so much fun.
So they called. What do they want?
They called and they were like, we want to discuss, how we can work together or can sort of agreement or whatnot. And me, I've always known I want to be an independent artist. Even from all these programs you do, whatnot, that's what they advise you to do, to just remain an independent artist. Yeah. But I was like, okay, we were all just as a team, we're all just like, okay, let's just figure it out. Oh, by the way, my team grew from 1 manager to 2 managers in this point.
Who are here right now? Big shout out to them.
Yeah. So we sat down and had a meeting with them because we also had our own fears and misconceptions and whatnot. So had a meeting and, figured things out. And at this point, Out With the Old is coming out. So
wait.
I'm moving fast.
Yeah, too fast. Question.
This journey is long.
in this universal deal, are there things you can tell us about? Like, how does it look like? Is it 360? Or kuna NDAs, things you can't tell us?
What I can tell you is they have made it possible for me to just focus on the music. If I want to release 100 songs in a year, every year, I can do that because I don't have to think about the small things of, oh my gosh, it's so much amount for one song, I think for me as an artist, my only issue was when it came to that, the logistics of the music.
Percentages.
So I can perform here, there, and everywhere if you want me to perform. I don't even have to make the money, but feed the band, give the band. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. For me, I wanted to do the music. I've always just wanted to do the music.
So are they, what have they gotten into? Have they gotten into your performing or your releasing of music?
I am Universal's artist.
Wow.
So things pertaining Njerae fall under Universal. Yes.
Nice. And so now they have taken you with your management, with your team.
Yes, with my team, yeah.
Nice. Because what you've been doing is working.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. They've not come to change things up. It's more of just let's give you more of these things so that you can do more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how have you started seeing the benefit? Are you seeing, is it becoming easy? Your production is easy now.
I think everyone
distribution
can see
is
the benefit,
easy.
The first quarter of it, Akisioni got to 1 million streams,
Nice
which
one.
it would have gotten there eventually, but who knows after how long, small things like my music playing in Mozambique or
Nice one.
getting DMs from Netherlands, from people who are interacting with
So
my
that means
music.
international gigs are coming.
Yes, for sure. A lot of them.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, so Universal comes along, and we do
Even I
this
think
launch.
getting syncs for movies and such things.
I think
Nice one.
just easy access to a lot of things is what they provide. A lot of reach also, just even collaborations internationally.
Nice one.
Yeah.
A question that I think I'll ask now, because I think the way you're going very fast, I might not ask it. So the last episode we had Enoque. Actually, by the time yours is coming, it will be second last. Yeah, we had Enoque Mashari on the show, and she told us the biggest gig she has had. She got paid 500,000, $500,000, and stipend
Kenyan
benefits.
shillings.
Yes, and it was Tinga Tinga. Tinga Tinga, the production. They went abroad. They had the production abroad. Broadway. Yes, they took the production to Broadway, and that was the payment for that gig. At this point, because you've already gotten to 2024, what is your biggest pay?
My biggest paying gig in 2024.
In your career?
Up to 2024.
Up to 25.
You're making it hard. My biggest paying gig. Oh my gosh. Can it be something that hasn't happened yet, but it's happening?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So you're in the conversation right now?
You don't know about it, but I know about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say sijakula kama nyoka bista kudanganya. But I think I'm still growing. Yeah.
Media training
I'm at a place where I'm able to facilitate my team and
Give us a range then. Give us a range. Okay, let me explain why I'm asking this question. I feel like and I'll be asking every guest we have, because I feel like creatives, the creative economy, people need to know how much is being made in the creative economy.
Your previous guests told you. Me, I know who your previous guests were.
So those ones didn't tell me, but now from this episode going forward,
Okay.
we will be asking.
Just making it hard for me.
No. We'll be asking guys because the creative economy is growing and it is doing very well, and people like you are doing well.
Yes.
So this is for someone who's starting, who's wanting to get into the music, and they look up to you.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
We are not yet there. It's growing, but we are not yet there.
Give me a range. 200, 250.
Let's say around there. Yeah, around there. To say around Uko.
I did my best, guys.
Here's what I'll say. I think there's the pie is massive.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's enough for everyone to enjoy out of it, but there's a lot of shenanigans that causes, a percentage of people to receive way more than a percentage of people, Yeah, I think that's what I'll say. We're not yet there. I think I'm yet to receive a crazy amount of money that will make me go insane.
Okay, then at least, what is your rate card right now?
Hey, no. If you wanna book me, talk to my people.
Booking
They'll tell you. They'll tell you how much I charge, but I'm very affordable.
Send you a universal.
Yeah,
Pick a bay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hedgehog Creative, your ultimate destination for all things music. Located on the lower ground floor of Sarit. Whether you're a beginner or a professional, we offer a wide selection of top quality instruments, accessories, and audio equipment to suit your every need. Explore renowned brands like Alhambra, Cott, Fender, Mapex, Ludwig, Yamaha, Ibanez, D'Addario, Gibson, Epiphone, Roland, Rode, Evans, Promac, and Focusrite. In addition to our products, we also offer music classes for all instruments, helping you enhance your skill and express your creativity. Come visit us today and let our team help you find your perfect gear and classes to take your sound to the next level.
So, we're at Out in the Old. We do a listening party that's sold out, launch that becomes sold out. And this is all just independent with my two managers. And, then Universal comes along and we sign the contract and we start now working on music. And I think the benefit of working with a larger company is right now you can ask me, what is it that I need to do this week? And I'll tell you, I need to do this and this and this. The challenge with being an independent artist is things just show up and then it's like, oh my gosh, okay, what do we do,
Will you say there's more structure now?
A lot more structure. Yes. I think also just the fact that there's a lot more personnel and people, like, we don't have to focus on things that we don't need to focus on. Before 3 people would handle social media, shooting of things, editing of things, like, just too many things. Okay. So now we're able to even perfect on what we do because we have more time.
Okay. Is the now we are now and
I'm at a Universal Gully.
Nice. Let's talk about your sound. Your sound is, how would you describe your sound?
My sound I think is very R&B based. But
is this from influence of Tasha Cobbs or it evolved as we
go? I think I listened to a lot of Tasha Cobbs and Kina Hillsong them, and then I listened to now Tori Kelly and again Fee, Sauti Soul, Kina Jason Derulo, like Chris Brown. The time R&B was hot, but there were no. I wouldn't say there were no, but I didn't know about R&B artists in Kenya besides Sauti Soul and Fee. That's it.
And do we call them R&B?
I don't know, but that's what we defined as closest to R&B music at that time.
Nice one.
So I think my music is very rooted in R&B and like kind of alternative vibe-ish, singer-songwriter type, But
indie.
I'm also trying to, dabble and like kind of experiment with different genres and whatnot. The things you hear, I guess, is what works.
Nice one. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so a song like OTD was something that I wrote out of experimentation. Like,
Nice.
I went to the studio and I told Kobe, like, just give me something that does not sound like Njerae at all. And that's the track that he gave me, and OTD happened. So sometimes I think it's good to like try and get out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had the beat and then you went.
Yeah.
and wrote.
Yeah.
Ah.
I wrote it there with the studio.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So getting into production and getting into that, how has that helped in navigating or showing the direction for your sound?
I think production has helped a lot because I'm not
Are you involved
spending
in everything you've
100%. Yes. I like to be involved in everything, everything, not even just the music, but everything that has to do with Njerae.
Yeah.
I want to be involved in everything.
Uh-huh.
So I think with production, it's helped because I'm not. I think sometimes artists spend a lot of time second guessing themselves when they're in a group of people, and that's where you get lost.
Yeah.
So with production, I get to second guess myself when I'm alone. I have a meeting with myself, figure it out, and by the time I'm getting into a space with people, I'm very 100% sure of this thing that I'm coming to present. So production has also helped me figure out how to amplify my strengths.
Nice.
In the sense that, like, right now I can perform alone. If there's things that I don't like in like a performance track or whatever,
Yeah. You
it's
change.
easy for me to just take it out myself. I don't have to now look for someone who's gonna
Just
take
get the
months
stems.
and
Yeah.
So me, I would advise everyone to, you don't have to learn everything, but just know small here and there. Also, just that whole independence of now you can't write until you're in this session with someone. What if your producer goes away for 3 months and then you're stuck in this situation? So yeah, then also boosting my creativity, because I'll think I want to do something and then I get onto like the project and I discover something else. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Nice. How was the creation process for that EP? You're in the
Four letter
Out
word
with
or
Out with
the old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with Out with the Old and
Okay.
then Four Letter Word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out to the old, at that point I had a lot of challenges like working with people. I felt
That's
very
where,
weird.
what's the name of the song?
Baki peke yako.
Baki Peke
Yes.
Yako. I really like that song. That's a
Yes.
nice song.
Yeah.
Well written, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so with Out with the Old, I wanted to do something collaborative because I realized I'm usually in spaces where, fine, I'm not writing for myself. I'm in a space with a session for a different artist, but I feel so like intimidated and scared and small and I can't even do anything. So I need to handle this before now. I'm in a room with, I don't know, Omarion and, now I can't work.
Mana boy.
Yeah. Yeah, or whoever. So Out of the Old was to kind of like deal with that. And yeah, these were people that we had already kind of started writing the songs. They were not all the way complete. And we had known each other and whatnot, but I still had that challenge of, oh my gosh, these are such amazing singers and songwriters, like, and I am such a small, like, oh my gosh, so
I hope you've stopped looking at yourself like that.
yeah, you
You're
see
not-
now I'm able to navigate through those feelings and emotions.
Mwaka wa Njerae.
Yes.
Saini season ya Njerae.
Yeah, so tuko Njerae Supremacy.
Nice one. I love that. Let's talk about performance. Have you worked on becoming the performer that you are right now? Let me explain where that reference is coming from. I've mentioned Burna Boy. I've remembered about this. I got to see the back end of preparation for Burna Boy's gig here in Nairobi. Did you attend that show?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
I feel like you don't attend
Oh my gosh,
gigs that you're not
I
playing.
do. I attend so many gigs. That
judging
one
you.
though, I wasn't in town, unfortunately.
Okay.
You're judging.
So-
He's judging me.
So,
Wambi, I'm usually in the shows.
so I was talking to someone who was part of the production and was telling me how the guys now, the team that Burna Boy came with, they have been able to master the art of preparing for 8 hours so that they can execute in 1 hour. But now us here at home, but we are working on it. We are working on becoming better.
Yeah, you want to do rehearsal for 1 hour.
We prepare for 1 hour and execute for 8 hours.
Expect to go and fuga.
Yeah. And it's not like that. So how has it been for you preparing for live shows, especially?
Yeah.
You've said you're a perfectionist. How does that look like?
Yeah. I watch a lot of like performances on like YouTube and stuff of like, you know, international artists and whatnot, because I feel like we are sometimes fungiwad in terms of like the stage and, you know, those things. So that's one thing that I do. Number 2, I think I'm just blessed with the best team. My team is not the kind to just sit and wait to be told, let's do this, you know. So even when I was independent, you know, like we knew we needed something like graphics. We don't have someone to help us do this thing, but you know, someone in the team stepped forward. I was like, okay, without even being told, let me go and learn this thing and like figure it out, you know. And then you bring something to the table, and if we hate it, we tell you, thanks for trying, but you know.
I've seen how you guys work together.
Yeah.
We booked you for Fossa.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
And I saw how your people are next track.
Yeah, you would not want to be on their bad side.
Teamwork.
So I think also just having people who your goals are aligned with. So even when you're at home and there's nothing you're doing, are you doing nothing to like progress the thing that you're doing? Am I you're doing nothing just to be like resting, you know? Sometimes people say we rest when we die, which seems like a sad thing, but honestly, that should be the way it is, you know, because at this point, there's things now, and the fire is hot, it's burning. Why would you know, like take a step back? So a lot of the things with me and performances just honestly come out of watching people, how they do it themselves. Also kind of just interacting with the people that I think are awesome, you know. So if I've asked you about a performance, I think you're dope. Then getting also advice, I think, is important, not from anyone and everyone, but specifically from the team. When I have like a rehearsal, I'm very intentional to like do literally every single thing, so that, you know, nothing is coming out of surprise, and then now after the performance I'm being told, you shouldn't have done, you know. So just basically just planning every single thing and being proactive. Also just work out, you know, fix your breathing. Performers need to like dance, move around, and all of those shenanigans. So yeah.
So you work out?
I do.
Every day?
Fail sometimes, but I try.
You do your best.
I do my best. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Last question. Before I want us to get into a different segment. What's your biggest stage that you've played on?
So
and you're
far,
like, oh, this is amazing, and how the audience received you and sang your song word for word.
Okay, I feel like this is the generic ones that people expect me to say, but
No,
for me,
not
the most important and the most eye-opening one was when we went for Beneath the Baobab. Yeah, because we were again in a different county. Like when we're in Kilifi, like I don't expect anybody from like Mombasa to be, do you make me cry? But like the crowd was so amazing.
Nice.
People they knew literally every single song. There were people who were waiting from like 2 p.m. for me to perform at 10 p.m., you know. So I think that was the best for me. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. Now we have a quick fire
questions.
Yes,
wow,
quick fire
okay.
questions. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to answers.
I hope they're good ones.
They're good ones. What's the first album you ever bought?
First album I ever bought.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wanna say Vanessa Mbunde. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was hers, but there was that time she was in a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
If you will collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who will it be?
Thames.
Hey.
I don't even have to think about it.
Nice one. What's your favorite Kenyan dish?
Biryani.
Nice. Morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Describe your music in 3 words. 3 words.
Refreshing, relatable, and emotional.
Nice. What's a hobby you enjoy doing outside of music?
Swimming.
Hey,
Yeah.
favorite place to relax in Nairobi?
In Nairobi. At home in my bed.
I love that. One song you wish you had written?
One song I wish I had written. If you thought it was just done, baby girl, you understand. Thames, disturb
Thames.
you.
Yeah. Hey, this collab should come.
I was
Thames.
a Thames. Thames, where are you?
We will tag her. What's the most memorable concert you've attended as a fan?
As a fan, the most memorable concert. Oh my gosh. Hey. What? Oh, the Rema show.
Yeah.
Yes, Walker Town when Rema performed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a memorable one. Yeah,
Okay. If you weren't a musician, what career path would you have chosen?
I'd be a vet, but maybe just only for dogs. I'm not trying to deal with that snakes or what. Just for dogs. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. For someone who's been vibing to you and they've enjoyed this this interview, what will you tell them?
Keep vibing to me and keep enjoying, my stuff. I think I'm constantly overwhelmed by the love that I get from you guys. So now Penda so much. Continue supporting. I see you every single day. Send me those messages. I will respond.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Okay, another question I'll have. Njerae right now, or Njerae who's watching, who's 16 years, what will you tell her? Looking at where you are now.
Don't stop. I know there's so many challenges that are gonna come, and there's so many people that are gonna try and come and sway your mind and whatnot, but you just stick to what you're doing, know where you're going, and just keep pushing. It's gonna pay off. There's no reason why God would put you in this journey if nothing is gonna come out of it.
Last one. What is your mantra?
Dress for the job you want, not the one you have.
Aye. We close it there. Yes. Give us a number.
A number.
Give us a
Even
song.
though you know
Give us a song.
Give us a number.
Give us a number. Jude, what have you prepared a song?
Yeah, I have. It's always prepared. Dress
Are
for
you
the
open to
job you
request?
want.
Are you open to request?
You have a request.
Yeah.
Let me hear your request. Let me
Okay,
hear
you
your
can do that one. The one with the tandawili.
Baki peke yako.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's your request.
Yeah.
Guy. Wow.
No pressure though.
Okay. Nakumbuka ulivyosema hadi tena wanipenda, nikiwaza pia ulivyonitenda hapo mapema kunitenda. Na nyumbani nishaenda mara kadhaa, wengi nishapenda, nani yafaye penzi langu la ukweli, nishapatana na line zako daily. So and don't take it personally, I don't think you should be with anybody. Naona tu ni afadhali ubaki peke yako. So baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, wewe umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako.
The one you're prepared?
You're about to be my most paying gig.
The good thing is I've given you gigs.
Yeah.
I've given you
Yeah,
gigs.
you're a good one. And he's about to give me a guitar. So. Yeah. You actually want the next one? You're for serious.
The one you're prepared for.
My management has allowed me.
No pressure though. You can give us the chorus.
Okay. See, there's a danger within your eyes, with the way that you hypnotize me. I don't even recognize how you work it, baby. When you work it, baby, a danger within your eyes, with the way that you hypnotize me. I don't even recognize how you work it, baby. When you work it, baby, yeah.
Is this from your...
This is from my latest EP,
You know, I've realized
4-letter
we've not
word.
talked about
Imagine I was like, this guy is not serious.
Actually, it's a good thing you've sang it. Let's talk about it. Tell us about it. Tell us
Four-letter
where we can
word.
get it. Yeah.
4-letter word is dedicated to all of my lovelies and just all of the lovers, out here. You can find it anywhere and everywhere on your favorite streaming anything,
Nice one.
4-letter word by Njerae. By Njerae. Njerae. Yeah, that was one of the songs called Hypnotize.
Is this the first project out with being under Universal?
Project, yeah. I mean, I've released a remix for Akisioni. I also released Nyumbani. But yeah, this is the first project. Yeah.
Nice. As the EP.
Yeah.
And how is it doing?
Amazing! Oh my god!
Lovelies have received it.
The lovelies are loving it.
Nice one,
Yeah,
nice one.
yeah.
Thank you for the amazing job you're doing.
Thank you so much for having
Continue
me.
releasing
For sure.
amazing
For
music.
sure, yeah.
I saw there's a time you trended, guys.
Yeah.
Don't your heart to be broken so that we can receive more music like this.
Kenyans.
They love you.
Yeah.
That has been our time. Thank you for joining us. This is Hedgehog Unplugged podcast. We are at the lower ground floor of Sarit, your city. Hedgehog Creative is a music shop. Get all your musical needs. Come here. Bye-bye.